all, I hope you are having a fabulous day. My name is Reggie and today I'll be sharing with you my summer book haul. I bought far too many books this summer. There's literally no way I can hold all of these. This isn't even all of them. Still not even all of them. So I have recently received 2 books for Booktube Tours, so I will start with those. The first one was My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman. I love this book so much. It is a story of a young girl who's really, really close with her grandma, and her grandmother passes away, and she is entrusted from her grandmother's last wish to carry out these letters to people her grandma wants to say sorry to. I tabbed the heck out of this book. I do have a review on it and a discussion about books finding you at the right time, because this is about a young girl going through grief of losing a very close grandparent. And as you guys, many of you know, I've recently lost my grandpa, and there's something about a book coming to you at the right time that's just magical. The next book I was sent to by the publisher through Booktube Tours is Forget Tomorrow by Booktube Tours. This is a dystopian world in which memories are sent from the future to the past to a person when they turn 17, and it kind of gives you a snapshot of your future. And obviously, things go a lot deeper than that, and our protagonist gets her memory, finds out that in her memory she kills her sister, who she's really close with, and she's like, what the heck, and decides to turn herself in, and that's when the story progresses. I also have a review of this. Go ahead and check it out. I gave this like a 3 stars. Pretty enjoyable, good dystopian. Had some issues with it, but it was a solid read nonetheless. The first thing I bought since the last book haul I did was the Delirium trilogy, all by Lauren Oliver. First book in the trilogy being Delirium. Second book in the trilogy being Pandemonium, and third book in the trilogy being Requiem. I love this trilogy. The ending's not the greatest, but I still really like it, and they were all on sale at half price books for like $4 each. So I snagged them up real fast. During that trip, I also found Angel Fall by Susan E., which is the beginning to one of my favorite trilogies. Next up, I got The Cursed Child, as we all did. I did not go to a midnight release party, but I did get it the next morning. Like, I woke up, I went to the store, I got it. Have I read it yet? No. Will I? Yes. But I'm not in a rush. Next up, I was at Barnes & Noble browsing the section, as I do very often on my lunch break, and I found this really cute copy of Pride and Prejudice, decided to pick it up. I did start it, get decent of the way through it, but I was reading it on a trip to California. It was a sad trip, it wasn't a happy trip. About halfway through the book, I was just like, I can't. I'm not in the mood for this. I want something a little more escapist. And I picked up Vampire Academy instead. But I will get back to this, I promise. Next up, I snagged a copy of Kindred Spirits by Rainbow Rowell. This is a short story Rainbow Rowell wrote for World Book Day. And if you didn't get it on Book Depository when it was released, you missed out. But a lot of people got a lot of copies, and someone was giving this away on Twitter. So I snatched one, and I'm so excited I did. Have I read it yet? No. Common theme. Next up, I won an ARC giveaway. I mean, these are books that are already out in their final forms, but someone was giving out their ARC versions of them, and I won them, which was really cool. So the first one is In Real Life by Jessica Love, which I'm really excited to read because Trina from Between Chapters did talk about this book, and she said she really liked it, so I am very excited to read this one. And the other one is one I've been itching to get my hands on, and I have had out from the library, but I just haven't read it yet. I have since returned to the library and just going to read this copy, which is great, and that is Star-Touched Queen by Roshni Chachki, and I'm just so excited. This is a fantasy book about, I don't actually know, but I do know it is rooted in Indian culture, which is great, and I'm so excited to read it. And In Real Life is about internet dating, I believe. I didn't give summaries of these books that I have already hauled, so we're just going to talk about it. Angel Fall is about angels coming down and creating the apocalypse, basically. The Delirium trilogy is a dystopian world in which love is illegal, and Kindred Spirits is a short story about a girl standing in line to see the new Star Wars movie. Is that all of them? Oh, Pride and Prejudice. I hope you know what Pride and Prejudice is about. Next up, I was randomly at Half Price Books again. I go there a lot. Like, if I'm just going by, I will try to stop there. It just happens. And I was going through, Manny and I were there. He had to pick up something for school, and he found his book there, which was great. And while we were there, he's like, do you want anything? And I was looking around, couldn't find anything. But he picked this out. He pointed it out. I was like, you read that first book. You want that one? Originally, I was like, no, maybe I'll pick it up from the library. But it was a signed copy. And normally I like to meet authors and get my copy signed. But there was just something really cool about this freestanding books that were signed at a half-price books that I just had to buy it. And that is The Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir. It is signed. Very cool. I still don't own An Ember in the Ashes, but I have read An Ember in the Ashes, and I have read A Torch Against the Night, and good stuff. Then on another trip to half-price books, I found 2 used books that I just had to get my hands on. The first is Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I have read this, but I own the 3rd and 4th book. Yes. And I was like, whoa, that one's cheap. Let's see how close I can get to finishing my collection. So I got this one. I also picked up Not a Drop to Drink by Mindy McGinnis. This was on sale and I just had to pick it up because Mindy McGinnis is doing a signing in my town and I don't know if I can go. But if I can, I want to be there. So I picked it up in the off chance that I can go. So then Barnes & Noble was having the sale on YA books at hardbacks that was like 3 for $30, so like $10 each. I ended up picking up 4 books, so obviously that was $40. That's the most I've ever spent on books in one go that wasn't for school textbooks. So obviously Booktube has corrupted me. But from that I picked up Walk on Earth a Stranger by Ray Carson. I did pick this up because I was anticipating going to a Ray Carson signing. And I have gone to that signing and now this book is signed and personalized and it's beautiful and everything is happy. Then I picked up The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas because this is the next book I need to read in the series and I really want to read it and it's really exciting because I love prequel stories, so I think I'm going to love this one. Then I picked up A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, both by Sarah J. Maas. It's already hard to find Sarah J. Maas books used, so I just decided to grab these while I could. And then the last few books I bought were in anticipation of that Ray Carson signing. So I already own the first book in the Girl, Fire, and Thorns trilogy, which is The Girl, Fire, and Thorns, but I did pick up Crown of Embers and The Bitter Kingdom, so I could get these signed. And then at the bookstore where the signing was, I picked up Like a River Glorious. So beautiful. I'm so happy. So now all of Ray Carson books are signed and personalized. And I love them, and I'm so happy. Oh, I forgot one. On a random trip to the Barnes & Noble during my lunch break, because I do this like at least 3 times a week. It's a problem. But anyways, I will basically just go to the Barnes & Noble, browse the shelves while listening to an audiobook. It's a problem, but it's great. It's fine. I picked up As I Descended by Robin Talley with loads of diversity. We've got Hispanic culture and characters. We've also got female-female relationship. We've got a male-male relationship. We've got a lot of things going on. We've got a disabled character. It's great. I'm a big fan of this book. We have an overweight character, which it's just great. And it's a Macbeth retelling. That is 100% why I bought this book. I did have a coupon, so I knew I was going to buy something. But I did pick this one over another book I was considering. And it's because Macbeth is great. And I just finished this book today, actually. I will be doing a review on it soon. That is all for today's book haul. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below and let me know if you have read and loved any of these books. Let me know which one I should read next if it's one I haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you in my next video. Bye!